Hello and welcome. It is time for us to make our first game. Okay? Our first game is a very simple game called Catch the Gobo. Okay? Let me first show you how the game should work. And then later we will create this game together. Okay? When I click on the flag button, when I click on the flag button, this Gobo character should hide for some time, go to a random position, and be visible for some time. Once again, it has to hide itself, go to a random position, and appear. Once again, it has to hide, go to a random position, and appear back. Okay? This must keep on happening. And our aim of this game is to click on this character. When we click on this character, the game should end. Okay? So let me try to click it. Yeah, so I have clicked on it. Okay? So it is saying you won. It is saying you won. And then the game stopped. Alright? The aim of the game is to click on the Gobo. Alright? So let us create this game now. Alright. So the first thing I will do is delete this sprite. Okay? I will delete this because I do not want this sprite in this game. Now I will select the sprite that I want. So I will click on choose a sprite, and here I will scroll down and select Gobo. Okay, Gobo, which is this. So I will click on this and it gets loaded. Next, I will select the backdrop by clicking on choose a backdrop. And for this, let me select galaxy. Okay. Yes. Now, this Gobo here is bigger than what I want. Okay. And so I will reduce the size of this Gobo probably to 70%. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. Now, let us write the codes to get the result that we want. So, how should the game work? When I click on the green flag or when I start the game, this Gobo character must be hidden or it must disappear. And only after some time it has to appear at a random position and it must stay visible for some time. Then it has to disappear and go to a random position and then reappear once again. And this process must repeat again and again until we click on it. Correct? So let us write codes to achieve it. In the events section or in the events category, I will drag and drop when flag clicked block. Okay. I will zoom in so that you can see it properly. Alright. So when flag is clicked, this Gobo character must be hidden. So the option to hide this is available in looks section. Okay. Everything related to looks of sprites will be available under looks category. Okay. Everything required for movement of sprites will be available under motion category and so on. Okay. Let us not go in detail of this. Now, what do I want to happen when the flag is clicked? When the flag is clicked, I want this character, this sprite, this Gobo to hide or to disappear. Okay. So I will go to looks category. Everything related to looks will be here. And then I will drag this block which says hide and drop it here. Okay. Now I will attach this to when flag clicked. Okay. So when flag clicked, hide, meaning disappear. So the Gobo hides when the flag is clicked. Okay. But for how long? For some time. Correct? And where do we set the time? In the control section or in the control category. In this control section, we have wait 1 seconds. Right? So I will use it for this. So I will drag and attach it here. 1 second, okay, waiting 1 second is too long. So let me set it to 0.5. Okay. So when the flag is clicked, hide and wait for 0.5 seconds. That is what this means. Okay. Now let us click on the green flag and see the result of these blocks. I will click and you can see the Gobo disappears and nothing happens. So it is not reappearing again because we have not told the sprite to appear. So what happens is when flag is clicked, it hides and nothing happens. Okay. So after 0.5 seconds, what we want to happen is the Gobo must appear. When flag is clicked, we want the Gobo to hide, then wait for 5 seconds and reappear. Okay. So it must reappear. And for that, I will go to looks and I will drag this show block and attach it here. Okay. Now let me click on this. So the Gobo, or let me stop it and click on this. The Gobo disappears for 0.5 seconds and it appears. I'll click and you can see the result. Okay. When flag is clicked, it hides and after 0.5 seconds, it appears. Okay. Next, what do we want to happen? We want this Gobo to show or to appear in a random position and not in the same place, correct? If it appears in the same place, then we can just click here and the game will end. We do not want that to happen. We want this Gobo to appear in a random place. Okay. And for that, we will go to motion section and use this block. Go to random position. Okay. So now I will drag this here and attach it. Okay. Now let me click on the green flag. Yes. Okay. When I click on the green flag, the Gobo disappears and it appears and then goes to a random position. Okay. Now what I want to change is when I click on the green flag, it has to hide, wait for 5 seconds, then go to random position and then show. Okay. I want it to go to random position first and then appear. Okay, so let me click on the green flag and see the result. So now it is working fine. Okay, now what is meant by random position? Random position means a random x value and a random y value. Okay, this random position, meaning random x and random y values, will be selected automatically by the Scratch platform. Okay, notice the x and y values here. Now it is 235. When I click on the green flag, you can see that the Gobo appears at x 129 and y minus 177. Now, who selected these two values? The Scratch platform. Okay. When I click once again, x changes to minus 189 and y changes to minus 24. The Scratch platform selected these two values randomly. Okay. Yes. Next, what do we want to happen? Should it show for an infinite amount of time or only for a limited amount of time? It has to show only for a limited amount of time. Correct? So, we will go to looks section, sorry, not looks section. We will go to control section and drag this wait 1 seconds again and drop it here. Okay. And now I will snap it to show and change it back to 0.5. Okay. So what happens now when I click the green flag is the Gobo will hide, wait for 0.5 seconds, go to a random position, appear and wait for 0.5 seconds. Okay, let me click on the green flag and we can see the result. Okay, I'm clicking again and again and you can see the result. Now what after this? What after this? What after appearing for 0.5 seconds? After 0.5 seconds, it has to once again hide, wait for 0.5 seconds, go to a random position, appear, and once again wait for 0.5 seconds. After that, what? Or what after that? After that, once again, it has to hide, wait, go to random position, show, and wait. Meaning, this, and this, all these blocks should be executed again and again until certain condition is met. Okay, and so we will have to use the forever block. So I will drag this forever block and I will snap it here so that all the other blocks come and fit inside this. Okay. Now see what happens when I click on the green flag only one time. I will click and move my mouse here so that you can see how the Gobo is appearing, going to random position, disappearing, going to random position, appearing, and so on. Right? So I will stop it now. Next, we want the game to end. Meaning, we do not want this to keep happening infinite number of times. Right? we want to end the game at some point. So how do we end the game? We want to end the game when we click on this character or Gobo. Okay. So now we must write the codes for it. We must end the game when we are successful in clicking on the sprite or on the Gobo. Okay. And when we click on the Gobo, the game should end and the Gobo must say you won. Okay, maybe for 3 seconds. Alright, so let us write codes for it. In the events category, we have when sprite clicked. Okay, when this sprite clicked. What is a sprite? This is a sprite. This is a sprite. The characters that we use in our games are sprites. Okay. So when this sprite clicked means when this Gobo character is clicked. Okay. So what should happen when this sprite clicked? That is what will go down below here. Okay, below this block. So what must be done when the sprite is clicked? It should say you won for, let us say, 3 seconds. Okay. For that, you need to go to looks category and here use the say hello for 2 seconds. Okay. So we will drag it and snap it here. Now what do we want to say? What do we want this Gobo to say? You won. So let me change hello to you won. Okay. And I want it to say you won for 3 seconds. Okay. So I will change this to 3. Now let us run this and test the result. So it is appearing in a random position. So you can see this entire block of code being highlighted in yellow color, meaning this is running. Now let me click on the Gobo. So when I clicked, you may have noticed that this block got highlighted, right? Meaning this was activated because I clicked on the sprite. But what happened was it said you won for 3 seconds and then continued doing the same appearing and disappearing actions. Let me show you once again. I will click on the Gobo. So you can see it says you won for 3 seconds and it continues doing the same. I do not want this to happen. Let me stop it. I want the game to end when I click on the sprite. Okay. And so we must stop the game. And for that, we have to go to control section and use the stop all block. Okay. So here we have this script, other scripts, which I will not explain about right now. So we want to stop everything. And so I will drag it and snap it here. Okay. So when the sprite is clicked, say you won for 3 seconds and stop everything. Stop all the codes. Okay. So let me run this now. So it is appearing. I'm not doing anything. So it keeps on appearing and disappearing, going to random position. Now I will try to click on the Gobo. Okay. So I have clicked and it says you won for 3 seconds and the game stops there. All right. Yes. So we have achieved the result that we want. Okay. Yes. So this is our first game. I have kept it very simple because I know that this is your first game. Okay, we will slowly increase the toughness of this by adding multiple characters or sprites. All right, now it is your time to practice this.